Today's horoscope, Libra October 30th, 2024. Discover your future with my daily horoscope for you about love, work, health, money and compatibility with other signs. The moon spends the day in your sign, lighting up your emotions. Your dedication and commitment are more evident to others today, and you may be recognized for these traits. Today's minor challenging aspects suggest some obstacles. You may want to move something forward quickly, but delays can relate to responsibilities and duties. Impatience slows you down further, so reviewing, editing, or adjusting makes more sense than taking direct and immediate action just for the time being. Transits can stir up resentments or fears related to missing out or interpersonal problems. Frustrations emerging now tend to have a deeper root than what appears on the surface of things. You may be able to see which actions you take that tend to cause problems, challenges, or hard feelings in general, and taking notes can help prevent future problems. Aim to find a balance between keeping to yourself and trying new things. It's better to take things easy because taking on too much can mean you end up only spinning your wheels. Extremely shocking news could pop up today and tomorrow. As mental Mercury, our cosmic messenger planet of the mind and communication, struts through your solar house of finances, he'll clash with electric Uranus, who is shrieking like a banshee from his perch in your solar house of wealth, assets, and investments. This could show that if you've lent money to anyone, you could find out that they will never be paying you back, and this could cause great drama with your one and only. If someone asks for a loan today, politely decline because you'll end up regretting it. Stand firm. You may feel like you are being tested when the moon enters your sign, forming a conjunction with the south node in your sign in opposition with the north node in Aries. Someone could challenge you at work today. A coworker may try to overstep their boundaries with you. A client could also treat you in an unsavory way. Regardless of who it is, you have a chance to reaffirm your professional boundaries and expectations for your working relationships. Do not be afraid to assert yourself. The aspect of the day will make you especially sensitive. Take it easy on yourself. There will be challenges in how you see yourself versus how others want you to be. This is never a good feeling. However, you must not give in to feeling judged by other people's standards. Try to focus on your health as a means of determining your own personal boundaries. Make exercise and diet a priority this week. Here is a day that will be particularly open and favor activities touching on communication and creativity. The way you express yourself will be of utmost importance. Don't forget that words always have a fundamental impact. Make projects for the future because this would be a particularly good period for it. Outside of having some words with those close to you, things should be constructive in your sentimental life. You are coming into a phase of peace and optimism. Take advantage of this and stop torturing yourself with trivialities and making comments that are out of place. After a friendly aspect to the North Node in your relationship sector last week, Venus, the planet of love's mission to give your heart and your relationships a voice, is already well underway. Yet it is just as Venus moves into her final 2 weeks in your communications sector that this will come into its own when the moon returns to Libra. This is something that is always going to put a balance between your own and your relationship needs under pressure, but this time, with Venus on hand to give this a voice. With Mercury, the planet of communication, returning over the weekend, that support will only increase. It is just as Venus, the planet of love, moves into her final 2 weeks in your communication sector and ahead of Mercury, the planet of communications, return over the weekend, that the moon returns for its monthly visit to Libra. This is something that each month can put a balance between your own and your relationship needs in the spotlight, but this time, with Venus on hand to give your heart and your relationships a voice. Daily Planetary Overview. Today's cosmic energy encourages us all to reflect, pause, and be mindful of our patterns. With the moon in balanced Libra aligning with the south node of karma and opposing the north node of fate, you may feel a tug to revisit some old habits or comfort zones. It's as if the universe is testing your growth, nudging you to see if you'll take the familiar path or choose a fresh, empowering direction instead. Sometimes, situations or even certain people bring out responses we'd rather leave in the past. Today, try to pause before reacting and ask yourself, is there a new way to approach this? Breaking free from old patterns isn't easy, but every step you take strengthens the path to a brighter, more fulfilled you. You might even feel an extra surge of dynamic energy today, a kind of inner fire that makes even challenging tasks seem a little more manageable. Think of it as a hidden source of motivation that's pushing you to face responsibilities and long-term goals with a fresh sense of purpose and clarity. Have you ever tackled a big project or taken on a challenge with so much excitement that it felt nearly effortless? But then, halfway through, you realized it required a bit more stamina than anticipated? Today is a lot like that, a day to harness that excitement, but also to pace yourself. Approach each task with a sense of balance, keeping your feet on the ground while letting your inspiration guide you. By taking things one step at a time, you'll make the most of this incredible energy without feeling scattered or overwhelmed. In your personal relationships, this energy offers a lovely opportunity to connect more deeply with those you care about. If you're in a relationship, take the time to nurture your bond. Perhaps there are some unresolved issues you both haven't addressed, or maybe you've been meaning to share your dreams, concerns, or goals for the future. Imagine today as a safe space for open, heartfelt conversation, one that can bring you closer and strengthen your connection. Sometimes, simply sharing how we feel, without judgment or expectation, is all it takes to turn a moment into a memory. If you're single, the stars are aligned to bring a bit of luck and love your way. This is a wonderful time to put yourself out there and meet new people. You might feel especially charming and confident, and others will likely notice your warm, authentic energy. Whether it's reaching out to someone you've had your eye on, joining a social gathering, or simply smiling at someone new, let today's energy inspire you to open your heart a little wider. After all, love often finds us when we're being our truest selves. There's also a gentle reminder to be mindful of balance today, especially with this surge of confidence and drive. When we feel particularly empowered, it's easy to say yes to everything, to push ourselves a bit too far, or even overcommit. Think back to a time when you were full of excitement and dove into multiple projects or activities at once. It felt amazing at first, but maybe it left you feeling overextended. Let today be about pacing yourself. Savor the energy, but also take those moments to pause, breathe, and check in with your own needs. Financially, today's energy is also supportive, especially if you're considering new opportunities or negotiations. You're likely to find yourself in a confident, self-assured mindset, which can give you a unique edge in discussions around money, investments, or long-term planning. Think of this as a great moment to plant seeds for future abundance, whether that means negotiating something new, making a savvy purchase, or simply setting goals for the future. Trust your instincts here and remember that today's decisions can positively impact your future in ways you might not even see yet. Lastly, take some time for self-care and physical well-being. With both mind and body aligned, this is an ideal day to get active, try something new, or simply enjoy moving in a way that feels good. But remember, with all this energy, it can be tempting to push yourself to the limit. Listen to your body, stay aware of your limits, and make choices that feel nurturing and sustainable. Building healthy habits is a journey, so embrace each small step forward. Let us know in the comments, how are you planning to make the most of today's energy? Whether it's stepping out of your comfort zone, having a meaningful talk, or making strides in your goals, we'd love to hear how this cosmic moment is inspiring you. Here's to a day of balance, connection, and intentional growth.